Hello, and welcome back to another fun-filled episode of the Hammercast. I am your host, Alex, the Hebrew Hammer Salkin. Today I'm going to be talking about the number one and almost one and only actual, factual, legit shortcut in your training. All right? And before we talk about that, I want to talk about one other thing. And that one other thing is my email list, which is where all my best and brightest and grade A top shelf material goes out daily, all right? Not on social media, although I do post a lot on social media, the email list, all right? You can get on there very easily. I have, it's going to change very soon, but right now I have my ebook, 99 Kettlebell and Bodyweight Workouts, still free. I'm going to be turning it into a paid product before the end of the year. So if you're listening to this after 2020, then there will be something different and equally amazing for you to check out. But I've decided that the 99 Bodyweight and Kettlebell Workouts book, it's like 117 pages. Again, 99 of these workouts. And I even include a couple of articles that you cannot read anywhere else. Not on my website, not on somebody else's website, only in this book. So get it while you can until you have to pay for it. In which case you should still get it. But, if you can take advantage of it for free, why not, right? All right, now moving on. I'm going to make this a very short podcast because this is really something that's pretty to the point. And I get asked many questions about training, as you might imagine, from specifics like what should I do if I only have one kettlebell and no pull-up bar or whatever, all the way to very basic like how do I get started, or I have to I want to achieve X goal in Y amount of time. The fastest route between 2 points is always going to be a straight line, all right? However, there is an even faster way to do it. I don't know if you ever saw the movie Event Horizon, but there's a great scene in there where Sam Neill is trying to describe the concept of bending the space-time continuum to get a spaceship from one end of space to the other in a very short period of time instead of having it take years and years and years. So one of the things that he does is he takes a page out of a magazine and he folds it so that the two ends are touching each other, and then he pokes a pencil through each side. So he's showing how you can get from one side to the other even faster if you know how to bend space and time. And the closest thing I can think of to doing that is hiring a legit coach or trainer or whatever you want to call them. But if you hire somebody who is an expert, somebody who has been around the block, who has themselves trained people and been trained as well, so knows how to lead and be led, this is probably the fastest way I can think of to improve at just about anything. Now, in some ways, I am not the greatest example of this because there have been long stretches of time where I did all my own programming, although for me it was out of necessity. So, for example, when I was living in Israel, I really did not have the money to pay for any kind of coaching whatsoever. So, I had to be honest with myself and critical about what I needed, what I didn't need. And I had to be a little experimental as well. Now, as luck would have it, or not luck, but really preparation, as preparation would have it, I did a pretty good job because I was able to train myself for a level 2 certification as well as a few recertifications along the way, and I did just fine. But even so, it's better to have an outside pair of eyes on you so that they can give you some guidance that you might not get otherwise. And this, without question, has been something that has always helped me when I have been either all the way at the beginning or at the point where I was beyond, let's say, the intermediate level. For a while, you can get away with just about anything, whether you're beginner or intermediate, but it's not going to take very long before you start to realize that the gains are drying up, you're kind of plateauing on a lot of different things, and so you need somebody else who can come in and who can take an eagle's eye view and see an angle that you can't see and see it through a different set of lenses through which you cannot see. If you're able to do this and you are, meaning if you're able to be honest with yourself and say, you know what, I need to hire somebody, that is going to take you very, very far. Now, it might be that your goals don't really require you to get a coach, but nevertheless, if you get a program from somebody who is very well versed in what they do and has a mind for you in particular, meaning if you're somebody who can't really devote more than 20 minutes at a time to a workout, and let's say you're a busy parent, you have, in addition to your spousal duties and rearing your children and working, you know, you have a lot of other things that you have to do during the day. So you don't have a whole ton of free time. So somebody might be a very good coach and they may have made a very good program, one that you could, you know, buy or download or what have you. But if it's going to be like 45 minutes to an hour and that just doesn't suit you, you know, well, that's something that you're going to have to come to terms with. So that means that maybe that person is not the right coach for you, or that you should look for a different program of theirs. So keeping in mind and being honest with yourself about, you know, where you are currently, what you can devote yourself to time-wise and energy-wise, as well as what you can afford, is going to help you a lot more than taking stabs in the dark. And this is what a lot of people do, is that they see the latest trend, you know, that people are doing on social media, or the latest late night commercial for this program or that, and they're like, oh, why not? I'll try that. If you don't have any guidance, a coach isn't going to be able to help you. So if a coach asks you, you know, what do you want to achieve, and you don't really have a good goal, there's literally no way for them to help you, because they're basically going to be giving you the same thing that you would be getting if you just bought the late night TV commercial, whatever, right? So in short, I highly recommend you getting some guidance. You will get to a point where you may not need as much, or you're able to kind of tweak things and adjust things on your own. But no matter what, if you're in the beginning or intermediate or advanced, you're going to come across times where you're going to need more direct and individualized and personalized programming to help take you from chump to champ. All right? So keep this in mind, and remember that any program that you do is always going to be better than doing nothing whatsoever. But if you want to optimize your goals, if you want to optimize your results, you've got to work with somebody one-on-one at least every so often, so they can put you in the right direction. And then, of course, you do the heavy lifting from there. Pun slightly intended. Hope you've enjoyed this episode. As always, have fun and happy training.